Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5. Today we are going to read text 35. Does anyone remember any main point from yesterday?
Hare Krishna, that we should be in association of the Mahabhagavatams, of the Mahatmas. We should be in association of them, and that is only the way to go back to Godhead, because they can only take us back to Godhead.
Yes, thank you.
And then we will acquire their qualities. If we are in their association, we'll acquire their qualities, and then we can go back. That is only the way. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Associate with the Mahabhagavats and serve them.
Yeah, serve them. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. So we are going to continue with 35. Ayam me bhratir hasoyam.
Ayam me bhratir hasoyam.
Hitva svansuridodhama.
Hitva svansuridodhama.
Pitrivya hantu padavyo.
Prityavya hantu padavyo.
Vishnor dasavad archate.
Vishnor dasavad archate.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This boy Prahlāda is the killer of my brother, for he has given up his family to engage in the devotional service of the enemy, Lord Vishnu, like a menial servant. Hiranyakashipu considered his son Prahlāda Mahārāja to be the killer of his brother because Prahlāda Mahārāja was engaged in the devotional service of Lord Vishnu. So Hiranyakashipu is saying, Vishnu killed my brother. You are serving Vishnu means you have killed my brother. In other words, Prahlāda Mahārāja would be elevated to Sarupya liberation, and in that sense, he resembled Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Prahlāda was to be killed by Hiranyakashipu. So Prabhupada is explaining that Prahlāda is a devotee of the Lord. So devotee of the Lord, one of the liberation, Sarupya. Sarupya means look same like the Lord. Cannot know the difference also. So Hiranyakashipu is saying, okay, then that's why I need to kill you now. Devotees, Vaishnavas attain the liberations of Sarupya, Salokya, Sashti and Samipya, whereas the Mayavadis are supposed to attain the liberation known as Sayujya. So what is Sarupya?
You get the same form as Krishna, the same roop.
Yeah, same roop, looking the same, looks the same. Yeah. Same kind of dressing, same. Salokya?
You go to the same planet, the Vaikuntha, where the Krishna resides, the same place.
Yeah, same planet as the Lord. Sashti?
Shashti is that you get all the opulence, is it?
Yes, or same opulence, yes. And Samipya?
Is that you stay near to Krishna, Samipya.
Yes. Yes. And what's Sayujya?
That you merge in the light, in the body of Krishna, the Brahma, the light, right? The effulgence coming out from Krishna.
Yes. So actually, can you actually like merge and not exist anymore?
No, I don't think so. That is possible.
Yes, it's not possible. It's for sure not possible. Why? Because we are spirit souls. We can never be annihilated. Our individuality can never be finished. It's like a green bird is going to enter a green tree. Does it mean the parrot is going to become the tree?
No.
No. Yeah. So similarly, when the soul enters the Brahman, the soul is still there as an individual in the Brahman. Just as the bird is inside the tree, so the soul is still there. Doesn't become God. The soul is Brahman and Para Brahman. Can never become the Para Brahman. Okay. So Sayujya Mukti, however, is not very secure, whereas Sarupya Mukti, Salokya Mukti, Sashti Mukti, and Samipya Mukti are most certain. So why Sayujya is not very secure?
Because from there you will always fall down back to the material world. There are chances.
Yeah, mostly, very
Mostly.
highly likely. Mostly, not only slight chance, mostly will fall down. Because how long can you stay in the space? You know? And nothing to do there. How long are you going to do nothing? And how long will you just stay in the space? And the other four, why they are certain? Why they are very secure?
Because that's for the devotees and they're engaged.
Yeah.
They are engaged in serving Krishna there in some or the other way.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Although the servants of Lord Vishnu, Narayan in the Vaikuntha planets are equally situated with the Lord, the devotees there know very well that the Lord is the master, whereas they are servants. So even if they have Salokya, Sashti, Samipya, Sarupya, the devotee, he knows the difference, that this is my Lord, this is my master, and I'm his servant. They don't think themselves equal to Lord, although they are looking like him, or they are, have the same opulence as him, living near him, same planet as him. They don't think that I've become God now. They always understand, here is my worshipable Lord, and let me engage in his service. Vishnor Vasadav Asaukim no.
Vishnu
Sadhava Asaukim
Karishyati Asam Manjasa.
Karishyati
Karishyati Asamanjasaha
Sauridam Dushtya Cham Pitror.
Sauridam
Saridam
Dushtitam
Dushyatam
Pitro
Ahadya Panchahayana.
Ahadya
Ahadya
Panchahaya
Panchahayanaha.
Although Prahlāda is only 5 years old, even at this young age, he has given up his affectionate relationship with his father and mother. Therefore, he is certainly untrustworthy. Indeed, it is not at all believable that he will behave well toward Vishnu. So Hiranyakashipu is saying he's not good. Feels no affection to me and his mother. So he will not even feel affection to Vishnu. That's what Prahlāda is saying.
Hare Krishna.
I'm sorry, Hiranyakashipu is saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So Hiranyakashipu is telling that because he doesn't have love towards both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just making up things,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Paropi apatyam hitakrit yathaushadham.
Paroti apatityathausadam
Swadejaho api amayavat suto hita.
Swadeja api amayavasita
Chindayat tad angam yad uttatmano hitam.
Chindat tat angam yat atmanahitam
Shesham sukham jivati yad vivarjana.
Shesham sukham
Jivati
jivati yat
Yadvivarjanam
vivarjanat.
Although a medicinal herb, being born in the forest does not belong to the same category as a man. If beneficial, it is kept very carefully. Similarly, if someone outside one's family is favorable, he should be given protection like a son. On the other hand, if a limb of one's body is poisoned by disease, it must be amputated so that the rest of the body may live happily. Similarly, even one's own son, if unfavorable, must be rejected, although born of one's own body. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed all devotees of the Lord to be humbler than the grass and more tolerant than trees. Otherwise, there will always be disturbances in the execution of devotional service. Here is a vivid example of how a devotee is disturbed by a non-devotee. Even though the non-devotee is an affectionate father, the material world is such that a non-devotee father becomes an enemy of a devotee son. Having determined to kill even his son, Hiranyakashipu gave the example of amputating a part of one's body that has become septic and therefore injurious to the rest of the body. So the same example, of course, may also be applied to non-devotees. Hiranyakashipu is saying, oh, now if an outsider becomes beneficial to us, becomes affectionate, so we should protect. But if own son is becoming inimical, so he should be given up. Just like we cut, even if our hand or leg becomes poisonous, have to cut it to save the rest of the body. So this is what Hiranyakashipu is thinking. So Prabhupada is saying that how precarious for the devotees, there's no fault of the devotee, but the others, they take the devotee to be their enemy. The devotee, Prahlāda Mahārāja is not taking Hiranyakashipu as his enemy at all. He's very affectionate to his father. That's why when Lord Nrsimhadev says, what you want, he says, liberate my father. So, but it is Hiranyakashipu who's taking Prahlāda as his enemy. So Chanakya Pandit advises, Tyaja Durjana Samsargam, Bhaja Sadhu Samagamam. Devotees actually serious about advancing in spiritual life should give up the company of non-devotees and always keep company with devotees. To be too attached to material existence is ignorance, because material existence is temporary and miserable. So Chanakya Pandit is saying that association of devotees, just as we heard yesterday, now again, associate with devotees. So being too attached to material existence is ignorance, Prabhupada writes. Why? Why
Because
too
then,
attached is ignorance?
because then we'll be staying here only. Because it will be difficult for us to go back to Godhead. If we are attached to material things, we will always be doing things that are materially involved, that will engage us materially, and we will not go back to Godhead.
Yeah, that's right. We will continue to think we are the body, whereas we are not the body, we are the soul. The material world itself is temporary. The material world itself is a world of suffering. So we'll continue to suffer here then. So therefore, devotees who are determined to perform tapasya, penances, and austerities to realize the self, and who are determined to become advanced in spiritual consciousness, must give up the company of atheistic non-devotees. Prahlāda Maharaj maintained an attitude of non-cooperation with the philosophy of his father, Hiranyakashipu. Yet he was tolerant and humble. Hiranyakashipu, however, being a non-devotee, was so polluted that he was even prepared to kill his own son. He justified this by putting forward the logic of amputation. So Prahlāda, he's just saying, his father just asked, what's the best knowledge? And he said, devotional service. Didn't say anything else. He didn't do anything wrong. But here Hiranyakashipu wants to kill his son. Sarver upayar hantavya.
Sarver upayantavya.
Sambhoja shayana sane.
Sambhoja shayana asane.
Suril linga dhara shatrur.
Suritlinga dhara satru.
Muner dushtam ivendriyam.
Mune dushtam ivendriyam.
Just as uncontrolled senses are the enemies of all yogis engaged in advancing in spiritual life, this Prahlāda, who appears to be a friend, is an enemy because I cannot control him. Therefore, this enemy, whether eating, sitting, or sleeping, must be killed by all means. Hiranyakashipu planned a campaign to kill Prahlāda Maharaj. He would kill his son by administering poison to him while he was eating, by making him sit in boiling oil, or by throwing him under the feet of an elephant while he was lying down. Thus Hiranyakashipu decided to kill his innocent child, who was only 5 years old, simply because the boy had become a devotee of the Lord. This is the attitude of non-devotees toward devotees. So Hiranyakashipu now he's taking an enemyship with Prahlāda. Why? Oh, because Prahlāda is a devotee. And Hiranyakashipu is a demon. He thinks that he is that Prahlāda should also glorify him. The whole world is glorifying him. He's troubled why my son is not glorifying me. He's taking the side of my enemy. Nerataste samadishta.
Nerastapi samadrishta.
Bhartra Veshulapanaya.
Bhartra Veshupanalaha.
Tigma Damshtra Karalasyas.
Tigmudrishta
Karalayasya
Tamra Shma Shma Shiroruha.
Tambrasham Shru Shiruha.
Nadanto Bhairavam Nadam.
Nadanto Kelvam Nadam.
Chindi Bhinditi Vadina.
Chindi Bhindi Iti Vadinaha.
Asinam Chahanan Shule.
Asinam Chahanan Shule.
Praharadam Sarvamarmasu.
Prahlādam Sarvamarmasu.
The demons, Rakshasas, the servants of Hiranyakashipu, thus began striking the tender parts of Prahlāda Maharaj's body with their tridents. The demons all had fearful faces, sharp teeth, and reddish, coppery beards and hair, and they appeared extremely threatening, making a tumultuous sound, shouting, "Chop him up! Pierce him!" They began striking Prahlāda Maharaj, who sat silently, meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My God. So they are striking him with tridents. They look so scary, and he's just a small child. Pare Brahmani Anirdeshye.
Pare Brahmane
Anirdeshi
Bhagavati Akhilatmani.
Bhagavati
Akhilatmani
Yuktatmani Afala Asan.
Yukta Atmani Pala Asan.
Apunyasyeva Satkriya.
Punyasya
Punyasya Satkriya.
Even though a person who has no assets in pious activities performs some good deed, it will have no result. Thus, the weapons of the demons had no tangible effects upon Prahlāda Maharaj because he was a devotee undisturbed by material conditions and fully engaged in meditating upon and serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unchangeable, who cannot be realized by the material senses, and who is the soul of the entire universe. Prahlāda Maharaj was constantly and fully engaged in thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it is said, Govinda Parirambhita, Prahlāda Maharaj engaged himself always in meditation, and thus he was protected by Govinda. Just as a small child on the lap of his father or mother is fully protected, a devotee in all conditions is protected by the Supreme Lord. Does this mean that when Prahlāda Maharaj was attacked by the demons, the Rakshasas, Govinda was also attacked by the demons? This is not possible. There have been many attempts by the demons to hurt or kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he cannot be injured by any material means because he is always in transcendence. So the point here being raised is Prahlāda Maharaj, he's a Mahabhagavat, we heard. He's always thinking of the Lord, always remembering him. And because of that, Krishna is personally protecting him. So now that when the Rakshasas are attacking him, Prabhupada is raising the question, then does it mean that because Prahlāda is being protected by Krishna, so Krishna is being hurt by the Rakshas? Krishna is being attacked by the demons. So Prabhupada is saying it's not possible at all. People are trying to kill God. They can't. They can never. Nobody can kill God. The inimical persons can't even come near God. So God is always transcendental. Therefore, the words Pare Brahmani are used here. The demons, the Rakshasas, can neither see nor touch the Supreme Lord, although they may superficially think that they are striking the Lord's transcendental body with their material weapons. So they don't have the qualification to even approach the Lord. So how can they kill him? And nobody can kill the Lord. His body is transcendental, it's spiritual. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described in this verse as Anirdeshi. We cannot understand him to be in a particular place, for he is all-pervasive. Moreover, he is Akhilatma, the active principle of everything, even material weapons. Those who cannot understand the position of the Lord are unfortunate. They may think that they can kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotee, but all their attempts will be futile. The Lord knows how to deal with them. So Prabhupada is explaining that the Lord, he's everywhere. The Brahman is everywhere. Paramatma is everywhere. So, and the weapons, they also are energy of the Lord. They belong to the Lord. So Prabhupada is explaining that someone does not understand God's position and then they think that they have killed him or tried to kill him. The Lord knows how to deal with them, Prabhupada says. Nobody, we can't even approach God with such an inimical mentality. Only the devotees can be near the Lord. Is that okay? Questions, comments?
No, good.
Shilpa ji, in the translation, there is this first line, the line where the translation begins from, that ऐसा व्यक्ति जिसके पास किसी पुण्य कर्म की कमाई नहीं होती, यदि वह कोई अच्छा कार्य करे भी तो उसका कोई परिणाम नहीं निकलता. So this was in context with this, right? With the next line.
Yeah. Yes. It's in context that the weapons were not even able to touch the Supreme Lord.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the Prahlāda Maharaj.
Yeah, Prahlāda Maharaj was not able to touch her. Okay.
Yeah, they're not even able to touch the Prahlāda Maharaj. Yeah. Prayase pahate tasmin.
प्रयासे अपहते तस्मिन्
Daityendra parishankita.
दैत्येन्द्रपरिशङ्कितः
Chakara tatvadhopayan.
तद्वदोपायान्
Nirbandhena yudhishthira.
निर्बन्धेन युधिष्ठिरः.
My dear King Yudhishthir, when all the attempts of the demons to kill Prahlāda Maharaj were futile, the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, being most fearful, began contriving other means to kill him. So now he's trying to kill him in so many various ways, but he's not able to kill him now. He's thinking, what else shall I do? Diggajer Danda Sukendrer
Diggaje Danda
Danda
Sukendra
Shukendre
Abhichara Vapatane
Abhichara Avikatane
Avipatane
Mayabhi Sanirodhescha
Mayabhi
Mayabhi
Sanirodhasya
Sanirodescha
Garadanir Abhojane
Garadane
Garadane
Abhogane
Abhojane
Hima Vayav Agni Salile
Himavayu
Himava
Agni
Agni
Salila
Salile
Parvata Kramanir Api
Parva Atra
Parvata
Kramanirapi
Na Shashaka Yada Hantum
Na Shashakaya
Nishashaka
Dahantum
Yadahantam
Apapam Asura Sutam
Papam
Apapam Asura
Asura
Sutam
Chintam Dirghatamam Praptas
Chintam
Chintam
Dirghatamam
Dirgatamam
Prapta
Patas
Tat Kartum Nabhyapadyata.
Na Kartum Na Abhyapaddata.
Hiranyakashipu could not kill his son by throwing him beneath the feet of big elephants, throwing him among huge fearful snakes, employing destructive spells, hurling him from the top of a hill, conjuring up illusory tricks, administering poison, starving him, exposing him to severe cold, winds, fire, and water, or throwing heavy stones to crush him. When Hiranyakashipu found that he could not in any way harm Prahlāda, was completely sinless, he was in great anxiety. But what to do next? So he's trying so many different ways to kill Prahlāda. Get him crushed by elephants, with the snakes, doing some kind of black magic things, throwing him from a hill. Again, magic tricks here. That was black magic. This is magic. Administering poison, not giving him food, exposing him to cold winds, fire, water, heavy stones. My God.
Mm.
You know, what would we do if we in Prahlāda Mahārāja's position?
He would accept, oh my father, I'm sorry.
Exactly. I mean, you know, first the first thing that scary Rakshas will come before us just holding a trident. We'll say, oh my God, what do you want? All right, I'll follow whatever you say. Oh my God. So we can see how great a devotee Prahlāda is, that he's able to withstand all these difficulties on him. Not giving him food, starving him. Esha me bhav asadhukto
Isham Bahu
Ishamibha
Asadukto
Asadukta
vadhopayascha nirmita
Vadhopayasya
Vadhopayascha
Nirmitaha
Nirmitaha
tester droher asadharmer
Teste Drohit
Drohe
Adharme
Asadharma
mukta sveneva tejasa.
Muktaha Swena Eva
Tasvaneva
Tejasa.
Tejasa.
Hiranyakashipu thought, I have used many ill names in chastising this boy Prahlāda, and have devised many means of killing him. But despite all my endeavors, he could not be killed. Indeed, he saved himself by his own powers without being affected in the least by these treacheries and abominable actions. Now Hiranyakashipu is thinking, oh my God, my son is quite powerful, you know. By his own powers, he's able to withstand all those different ways that I've tried to kill him. Vartamano vidure vai.
Vartamano
Vartamano
Avidhure
Vidure
Balopi ajata dhirayam.
Balote ayam
Na vismarati me narayam.
na vismarati me anayam
Shuna shepa eva prabhu.
suna shepa iva prabhu.
Although he is very near to me and is merely a child, he is situated in complete fearlessness. He resembles a dog's curved tail, which can never be straightened, because he never forgets my misbehavior and his connection with his master, Lord Vishnu. The word shuna means of a dog and shepa means tail. The example is ordinary. However, one may try to straighten a dog's tail. It is never straight, but always curved. Shunashepa is also the name of the second son of Ajigartha. He was sold to Harishchandra, but he later took shelter of Vishwamitra, Harishchandra's enemy, and never left his side. So Prabhupada is explaining dog's tail can never be straightened. I was just thinking, I don't know, nowadays you don't see many dogs with curved tails, huh? What happened? I don't know. That's what came to my mind. Don't see many dogs with curved
I
tails.
think now it's very difficult to be determined in this material world.
Because
Determination
they're
is
genetic, but also
yes,
because they are genetically modified, right? The dogs.
yeah.
There's so many of their bodily features are modified, you know. So anyway, traditionally, without any modification, the dog's tail doesn't get straight. So here, that's what Hiranyakashipu was saying. My God, Prahlāda Maharaj, no matter what I'm doing to him, he's still being a pure devotee of Lord Vishnu. So, and here Prabhupada is also saying Shunashepa, second son of Ajigartha. Seems there's another pastime. There's second son of Ajigartha. So son of Ajigartha is sold to Harishchandra. Later he went to Vishwamitra. And it seems Harishchandra and Vishwamitra are enemies. And the son stayed there. Okay. Aprame, did you all want to say anything? Comments? Add anything?
All good.
No, good.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
All good.
All good.
Okay. Aprameya nubhavoyam
Aprameyanubhava
akutaschid bhayomara
akutaschitvayamara
nunam etad virodena
Nunam etat virodhena
nunametavirodena
mrityur me bhavitanava.
mrityurme bhavitanava.
bhavatanava.
I can see that this boy's strength is unlimited, for he has not feared any of my punishments. He appears immortal. Therefore, because of my enmity toward him, I shall die. Or maybe this will not take place. Now he's come in anxiety. Hiranyakashipu is doubting himself now. What shall I do? Am I going to die now? My son is so powerful. You know, he's understanding this boy is more powerful than me, because I've tried so many different ways that I could think of to kill him, and nothing happened to him. Yeah. So he's trying to understand that, oh, looks like Prahlāda is more powerful than Hiranyakashipu. Although
Yeah, and he
Prahlāda is
said in the
just a small boy. Huh?
also in the previous verse, he said that he won't forget my misbehavior. He understood that he's not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's now understanding that Prahlāda seems to be superior than him, you know.
Yeah.
Iti tak chintaya kinchin
Iti tachintaya
Chintaya
kinchit
kinchin
Lanashriyam adomukham
Lana Shri
malalasriyam
Adomukham
adomukham
Shanda Marka Aushana so
Shanda Amarka Ochana So
Vivikta iti Ochatu.
Vivakte
iti
Itina Uchatu.
hocatu.
Thinking in this way, the king of the Daityas, morose and bereft of bodily luster, remained silent with his face downward. When Shanda and Amarka, the two sons of Shukracharya, spoke to him in secret. Jitam tvayekena jagat-trayam bruvor.
Jitam Tua Eke
Jagat
Jagat-trayam
Trayam
Dhruvo
Vijrambhanatrasta samastadishnyapam.
Vijagambhadatra Sasamahastadhismayapam
Natasya chintyam tavanatha chakshvahe.
Natasya
Tasya
Chintyam
Chintyam
Tavanamatisya
Tavanatha Chakshavahe
Navai shishunam gunadoshayo padam.
Nave Shishunam
Shishunam
Gunadosayupadam.
Gunadosayopadam.
Oh Lord, we know that when you simply move your eyebrows, all the commanders of the various planets are most afraid. Without the help of any assistant, you have conquered all the three worlds. Therefore, we do not find any reason for you to be morose and full of anxiety. As for Prahlāda, he is nothing but a child. Cannot be a cause of anxiety. After all, his bad or good qualities have no value. Chanda Marka is saying, you're so powerful, you move your eyebrows and everyone is getting scared. All the demigods are shaking in there, wherever they are. You're just moving your eyebrows. You're so powerful. Why are you worried about this small boy? Imam tu pasher varunasya bhadva.
Imam tu Pashe Varunasya Bhadva
Nidhehi bhito na palayate yatha.
Nidhe Ito Napalayate Yatha
Napalate
Buddhischa pumso vyasarya
Buddhi
Buddhishchadam
Vayasa Arya Sevaya
yavad gurur bhargava agamishyate.
Yavad Guru Bhargava Agamishyati.
Until the return of our spiritual master Shukracharya, arrest this child with the ropes of Varuna so that he will not flee in fear. And in any case, by the time he is somewhat grown up and has assimilated our instructions or served as spiritual master, he will change in his intelligence. There need no be Thus, there need be no cause for anxiety. So they're saying you just capture him, make him a prisoner. We'll keep on instructing him. By the time Shukracharya will come, and by the time maybe we are associating with him. So maybe he's going to get influenced by what we are going to tell him. You don't worry about him. Tatheti Guru Putroktam.
Tatheti Guru Putra Uttam
Anugyayedam Abravit.
Anugyaya Idam Abhravit
Dharmo hi asyo padeshtavyo.
Dharmo hi asya upadesyayo
Ragyam yograhamedinam.
Ragyam Yograhamedinam.
After hearing these instructions of Shanda and Amarka, the sons of his spiritual master, Hiranyakashipu agreed and requested them to instruct Prahlāda in that system of occupational duty which is followed by royal householder families. Hiranyakashipu wanted Prahlāda Maharaj to be trained as a diplomatic king in ruling the kingdom, the country, or the world, but not to be advised by about renunciation or the renounced order of life. The word dharma here does not refer to some religious faith. As clearly stated, dharmo hi asyo padeshtavyo ragyam yograhamedinam. There are two kinds of royal families, one whose members are simply attached to household life, and the other consisting of Rajarishis, kings, who govern with ruling power, but are as good as great saints. Prahlāda Maharaj wanted to become a Rajarishi, whereas Hiranyakashipu wanted him to become a king attached to sense enjoyment, Grahamedinam. So Hiranyakashipu is telling Chandamarka, you make him a good king, tell him about family life, tell him how to do his duties properly, but attached to sense enjoyment. Focus is sense enjoyment. Don't tell him the focus is Krishna. Not become a Rajarishi. There was the kings who were ruling the world as Rajarishis. Now we heard like Bharat Maharaj, Yudhishthir, Janak Maharaj, the great kings, the great devotees. So therefore, in the Aryan system, there is Varnashrama Dharma by which everyone should be educated according to his position in society's division of Varna, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and Ashram, Brahmacharya, Grahast, Vanaprasth, and Sannyas. So the Vedic society, the 4 divisions and 4 ashrams of Vedic society. Okay, do you all want to read this paragraph today or leave it for tomorrow?
If we are free, we can finish this one.
I'm sorry?
We can finish this one if okay with everyone. It is just.
Deepika, you're good? Or you want to do it
Yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah. I think we can do tomorrow because it's completely
Tomorrow.
new topic also, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll continue
Hare
tomorrow
Krishna.
then.
Yeah.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur
Jai.
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare